Hey everyone, it's your girl Miss Do It All here with another daily DIY. And today we're going to make a mask rack. Go ahead and say that 5 times fast. First, I'm going to show you what you're going to need. Okay, come on, let's get started. You're going to want to pull up your Cricut app. I'm working from my mobile phone today. Once you get your app pulled up, you want to sign in, go to New Project. I'm going to go to My Projects because I'm going to use the one I already made as a guide. So you're going to want to go to Shapes, go to Square, unlock it, and then size it to 8 by 1.5. Then you're going to go to Actions, duplicate it 3 times. After that, you want to go to Upload and Photo Library and get the word dividers and borders. From here, you can just size everything the way you'd like onto the boards, or you can use the measurements you see here. Once you get it the size you like, you want to go ahead and go to Actions, go to Duplicate, go over to Edit, go to Horizontal, and place them where you like. I like to change the color just so I can get a better feel of how everything will look once it's done. Then I'm just going to size the top border and get ready to get the text. Once your border is in place, you want to go to Text, go to Discus, Bold, Once you're done with that, you want to go back to Text, get the font Dom Casual, I do go back and write the words individually just so I can have more creative control as to where I put the word dividers. The next step is very important. You cannot forget this. Once you get everything exactly the way you want it, you're going to want to go ahead and save your work. That's so important. Save your work because you're going to want to remove everything you don't want to cut. And then when you're ready to cut the other images, you want to be able to go back to what you saved it as. So first we're going to just go ahead and go to Actions and attach all the words. You need to attach each word individually and then go to Make It, Without Mat, and Continue. Add and connect your device. Go to All Materials. I'm using permanent vinyl. I also use an iron-on. You want to make sure when you use iron-on that you mirror your image and cut it glossy side down. Press go and let your machine do the work. Once your machine is done cutting, you want to go ahead and unload it and go to finish. And you're basically going to do the same thing for the second board, but you're going to use 6x1 for the measurement for the boards and 2 different fonts. Don't forget, now is when you want to save your work. Once you have everything all cut out, you want to get your boards. Get the image you want to work with first. Get your weeding tool. And begin to weed out all of the pieces that need to be removed. Now, usually I don't do this. Weeding on camera, weeding in general, is a very intricate, personal kind of thing, but I've gotten better with it. I feel like I've adapted a couple of tricks or tips. So if you just stay tuned, I'll share what I've learned along the way. Now you can also use tweezers to pick up the little pieces, but sometimes it's okay to just, grab it with your nails. If you don't have nails, then of course weeding tools and tweezers and all that are a very resourceful thing to have. Oh yeah, and this is the iron-on I did mention earlier that I did use an iron-on. So next I'm going to just go ahead and get my easy heat press ready, which I love so much. It is so great for little jobs like this and stuff where it has edges and corners on hats and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and warm that up. While that's warming up, I'm going to go ahead and take another piece to weed. And with these little intricate designs, this is probably the toughest time I've had weeding. So it's a good example to use to, kind of show somebody who doesn't know how to weed how you have to just kind of sometimes wiggle them out. You know, it's not as simple as always just pulling it back and everything coming up. You have to find different little ways to just get the design to come out good. And that's where your weeding tools come in handy. So here you're going to see where there's like a little snag still attached to the vinyl that I'm trying to separate it from, and how I'm going to use the weeding tool as an anchor to hold down the piece of the design and separate it from the piece of the vinyl that I'm trying to remove it from. Now that that's all done and the heat press is all warmed up to medium heat, we're going to preheat the board for about 5 seconds. Then we're going to go ahead and place the design where we would like it. Then, with firm pressure for about 30 seconds with consistent movement, you're going to lay down this beautiful silver. I love the way this turned out. It's my new favorite home decor piece. Once you're done, you're going to want to pill it with do a warm pill. That's what it's called, warm pill. Do either hot pills, warm pills, or cold pills. You're going to want to do a warm pill. Look at that. Ooh. I really love how the iron-on worked on this. So now I'm going to go weed the top border, which is a very intricate design, and I'm going to go ahead and show you another little trick I've learned. So with vinyl, you want to lay transfer tape. And you're going to need a scraping tool to help transfer the design to the tape. And you just want to vigorously scrape across the image. I suggest doing both sides. That helps the design, especially with the little pieces, to get onto the transfer tape. So the reality of it is that no matter how hard you scrape sometimes with these little designs, some of the pieces just don't want to come up. So you need to go ahead and give them a little nudge. I could go ahead and just use the tip of my fingertips or fingernails. For those who don't have fingernails, you may want to use one of the weeding tools. You just slowly guide it up onto the tape. Now I'm just going to remove some of the excess tape just so it doesn't cause any damage to the words or remove any of the paint from the boards. Once you've laid it down where you like, you want to take your scraping tool and adhere it to the board. I would recommend not scraping too roughly so you don't scrape the surface. And you want to lift it slowly just in case any of those little pieces aren't stuck all the way down. I really love how this is turning out. Now you're just going to want to cut out and read your words. Okay, so here's this. Cricut transfer tape and Oracle 651 are like magnetic forces. Do not use these two things together. It is the Dickens, okay? I can't even put it into words. You can see my struggle. This is an edited, sped up version of what happened, okay? Do not do it to yourself. Let me be your example. Worst thing that's ever happened to me, I promise you. Just, yes, finally. So let me tell you my alternative. This is contact paper, shelf lining paper from Dollar Tree. This in Oracle, or just in general, I haven't used it on anything else yet. It was my first time using it. You can use it over and over again. I used it like 4 times before I felt bad that I was just overdoing it. Like, let me get a new piece. So, yeah, that's that. Watch this. Boom. Just like that. That was different. See, that's the same piece. You cannot do that with the Cricut transfer tape. Now we're going to go ahead and get those word dividers on just to add that special little touch. I love it. Now that that's done, we're just going to do the same exact thing to the other board. Perfect. Next, we're going to add the hooks. And it's very simple. All you're going to do is take one hook, apply pressure to the board with the hook, and then just twist until it is all the way inserted into the board. I probably should have did this before I put the hooks on, but here I'm going to apply mounting tape to each side of the board. Then you're going to want to make a cut at each end so you can fold the excess flap of tape down. I know it may seem like a waste of tape, but I'd rather waste the tape than waste my time trying to cut the tape. This tape is extremely tacky, so it's nearly impossible to cut a big cut. Wow, this really came out nice. Now we're just going to remove the backing and get ready to place our racks where we like them to go. And literally all you have to do from here is press it up against the wall, and now you have your own custom mask rack. I really appreciate you all watching my video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, subscribe. Give a comment, share. Until our next DIY, don't forget to shop unimadellc.com.